Hi, this is John with Sweet Memories Cooking. I want to welcome you to my kitchen today where I am preparing an amazing Tuscan bean soup. So let's get started. I've got everything laid out. I've got two 12-ounce cans of cannellini beans drained and rinsed, and they've been sitting over here. I've got some chicken broth. I've got some vegetables. I have onions and carrots and celery. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to throw them in the food processor. I've also got a little bit of garlic in there. And I'm going to blitz these instead of dicing them. I'm going to try this, and this seems to work pretty well. And I'm going to do this till it's almost a paste. In fact, I'm going to add in just a little bit of water to help it along. Then what we're going to do is sauté these vegetables. That is about perfect. Let me get the blade out of here. Show you what I've got. So I've really just minced these down to nothing. And I'm going to drop them into a pan here. And what I did earlier is I cooked up one piece of bacon, which we'll use later. I'll tell you about that. But I wanted the fat that was rendered to be in this pot. So I've got that in there. And what I'm going to do now is just really slowly sauté these vegetables in the bacon fat, and I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Some spices. I've got just some salt and pepper for now. I'm going to drop that in. I'll give you the exact measurements on all of this underneath the video. But I'm going to let this go now because what I want to do is I want to sauté this until it's almost dry and it's almost like a paste. So that might take 5-6 minutes, and I keep stirring it. So what I'll do is I'll be right back when that is done, and we'll go to the next step. Hang in there. Okay, we're back and the vegetables are sautéed perfectly. You can see that it's just really nice and dry. All the moisture's gone, but it's left all the flavors. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. So I'm going to pour that right in here without making a mess, I hope. Not bad. Going to stir that in, get all those vegetables in the broth. My next little flavor packet I've got going here is I've got some fresh rosemary and thyme, just a little teeny bit. Stir that in. I'm going to add these beans that, like I said, were washed and drained. And you really want to rinse these out because you want to get rid of all that liquid that they were packed in. Now what I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil, then reduce the heat, and let this go for about 30 minutes. And then I'll come back and show you what we do next, because we're going to blend it up, add a few more ingredients, and we'll be eating some amazing soup. So hang in there, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Well, I let the soup boil for about 15 minutes. I brought it up to a boil, and then I brought it down to a simmer, and then tasted it, added some more spices. I wasn't as happy with the taste, so I put in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a little more salt, a little more pepper, and then I blended it in the food processor. Now that that's done, the next step is to get that back in the pot. Look at that beautiful soup. I'm going to add just a couple of things here. I've got a tablespoon of butter that I'm going to throw in there, and some milk. You could use cream, you could use creme fraiche. That's what I have today, so that's what we're using. The butter is going to give it a nice silky texture. The milk makes it creamier. So we are almost, it's going to heat up as soon as that butter is melted. We're going to plate it up. Got my plate here, got my ladle. Let's have some soup. So I'm going to ladle that right back in here. This is just beautiful. And I'm going to top it with some toasted breadcrumbs, and that bacon that I told you that we started off with, I kept that, and that is mixed in with some toasted breadcrumbs. Put it on the top. If you like, you can drizzle it with a little olive oil. Maybe add some Parmesan cheese, but I like it this way. So I hope you'll try this at home. Ciao.